Hey everybody, it's your man JaKsTeR, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the 2.0 weapon tuning in Destiny. We're just going to be talking about the weapon types. We're not going to be talking about the exotics this video. That will be in another video, and we're just going to go over the buffs and the nerfs of every weapon type. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get started with this video. And we're going to be starting off with the auto rifles. The auto rifles are getting pure buffs. First off, they're all getting increased base damage, which is pretty good. It's going to make them more effective in PvE and PvP. And the two nerfs that auto rifles are getting, the only two, is that they're getting nerfs to their stability and range, so that they're less effective at long range and more effective at close range. And also, they're getting a boost in PvE, so you do 10% more damage against AI combatants. Now moving on to pulse rifles, they're getting nerfs. They're going to be reducing the base damage of medium rate of fire pulse rifles by 2.5%. Now that's not too shabby, that's not really doing too much. It's not going to screw around with them too much, but the big kicker with pulse rifles is they've been known as these PvP badasses ever since they got buffed. They now need to have a minimum of 6 precision shots to kill with a good damaging pulse rifle. So yeah, pulse rifles are getting poopy. Not really poopy again, they're getting balanced, I guess you could say. It's not really making them bad, it's just changing them for what they are right now. And so yeah, and then that's pretty much it for pulse rifles. Nothing else happening to them. And now moving on to scouts, they're getting buffs and nerfs. First off, they are increasing base damage of medium and high rate of fire scout rifles, so they're going to be doing more damage, but this will not be implemented in PvP when a player has full health. I don't know what they really mean by there, but that's what they say. And moving on, they're getting a buff to their magazine size, it looks like, and they're going to be reducing hip fire accuracy normally, and also fast firing. So if you're going to try and pull the trigger as fast as you can outside of an ADS, they're going to be reducing that too. And also they're getting a buff, much like the auto rifles, 5% against AI combatants. So yeah, that's what's happening to the scout rifles. Next up, we got hand cannons, which are getting heavily nerfed. Starting off, they are going to have much shorter range to be used at close range instead of long range. Also, they're going to be reducing ADS accuracy to do the same goal as reducing the range. Hip fire will be reduced the same way as in scout rifles, so fast firing and normal hip fire will be reduced, which is where the last word will come in handy. And also, magazine size will be reduced, and optic zoom will be reduced. So yeah, that's hand cannons. They're getting nerfed very heavily. They're really getting pooped on as a gun, but they're still going to be shining as a great gun in Destiny, I'm pretty sure. And now moving on to the secondary weapons, or special weapons, we have shotguns starting off. Now first off, shotgun perks that enhance lethality at range, those are going to be nerfed, so you're not going to get super range on shotguns no more. And yeah, and now they're going to move, the rangefinder perk is going to add a buff to precision shots. Or not precision shots, excuse me. It's going to add a buff to range when you ADS with a shotgun, so it's going to make the range on the shotguns better when you ADS. So you want to ADS if you have rangefinder. And also, precision damage is going to be reduced on shotguns, and damage against on AI combatants is going to be reduced on shotguns, both by 10%. Moving on to fusion rifles, slow charging, high impact fusion rifles will have decreased range values. It makes it more difficult to max out, and they're also going to make it more difficult to max out the range with fusion rifles. Same thing there. Projectile speed is going to be reduced with fusion rifles, so it's going to be harder to hit things. You're going to need to lead your target to, you know, when you need to get the shots on them. And also, they're going to improve accuracy with short-range fusion rifles, and they're going to reduce accuracy with long-range ones. So, two things about this that makes me kind of mad. Fusion rifles got nerfed really bad, so now they're poopy, and they're nerfing them even more. It just makes no sense to me. They should be buffing them. And also, think about Vex and Queensbreakers. Those weapons are also classified as fusion rifles. So those guys are getting these nerfs as well, which means the travel time of the Queensbreakers shots will be much longer. It'll be harder to hit as a sniper rifle, and Vex will also be reduced that way too, so it's going to be kind of sad for those guns. They're going to get pooped on even more. And next we have snipers, which will be the last special weapon, and nothing really too much happening here other than final round will not be boosting body shots. So if you have Aphrodite Spear and you got final round, you could one-shot somebody at this point in the game with this patch that's out, but they're going to make it so you can't do that in Crucible. But they are going to make it so it's effective in PvE still, and if you hit a precision shot, you're going to be doing more damage. So yeah, that's that. Sniper rifles aren't getting any other changes besides that, except for one with Icebreaker, which we'll talk about when we do the exotic video, which made me kind of mad. It's the only one that's really super duper bad. So yeah, now moving on to our last weapon class is rockets. There are no heavy machine gun buffs or nerfs, which surprised me kind of because they are poopy a little bit, except for Thunderlord. Thunderlord's a god. And rockets, they're getting increased to blast radius, and grenades and horseshoes detonation is going to be reduced, the proximity of it. So yeah, that's what's happening to the weapons in Destiny with this 2.0 weapon tuning. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something new, even though this has been knowledge for a couple weeks now. I just had to do something for a video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something new. This is your man JaKsTeR, and I guess it's time to say, peace everybody!